We are live. What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a nice day. We're going to make sure our queue is open. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Tuesday afternoon. I know I did. Let's start things off with Puzzle Rush Survival. Okay. We're actually leaving off from where we were last time. We're at 23 down. That's kind of nice, so I don't have to do a bunch of back rank checkmates and mating ones. We can start things off with something slightly more challenging than that, where I actually have to think for a little bit. Starting off, I do have a bishop and rook very close to that enemy king. This check comes to mind, but the king can come up. So maybe instead, I have to think about something else. What about this check? What about pawn to h5? Pawn to h5, the king goes up. I'm not totally convinced about that. What could be the solution here? Maybe it starts with this check, but the king goes somewhere, and then I don't really know a good follow-up to that. Maybe hit the rook and attack it? No, the bishop can actually protect. Not that simple. I think it's going to start with this pawn move. What's up, DLVin Fadil or Dulvin? How are you doing today? Let's go here. Good, we got the first move down. I think we're going here next. And then we have a fork, actually, between the king and the bishop. There we go. All right. What is next? Next, we're white. We have only 2 pawns and a king. And white has, or black has a million pieces. He has a knight and a bunch of pawns. But I don't think that's going to help him much because this pawn here is very close to becoming queen. So it's not about how many pieces you have. It's about the quality of your pieces. This pawn is doing an excellent job at shutting out that pawn from pushing. I think I can get away with pushing the pawn right now. If the knight gives a check, I'll just attack it. And then this pawn is scary close to getting promoted. So let's go here. I don't know if I want to go here because of this fork. And then he would take the pawn. He would even sacrifice himself. Even if I were to take that knight, then these 3 pawns against this one is not enough to win. What's up, King 2085 God? How are you doing today? So instead, what I'll have to do is put my king over here. Then there are no checks for black to go to give me check. Damn it. I lost that one. I do want to go to it and check it out. See where I went wrong here. First move was... No, Carlos, this is not that. Sorry. You're going to have to find that somewhere else. So here, the answer to move the king here was wrong. Probably, now that I think about it, it's to move the king a little bit closer to the pawn. Like that. And then go here. And then queen. That was pretty straightforward. All right, we have 2 more strikes. So this one's a clear checkmate. And so is this. So we're off to a good start here. That's a free rook in the corner and a free queen and a free checkmate. So we take the pawn here. King goes to the corner. Then we tuck our queen down for a check. The king goes back here. And then we pick up that rook with another check. If it didn't come with a check, this rook would be hanging. But boom, boom, and then it would be a checkmate to follow. All right, we have our first player to play, King 2085 God. All I ask is that you subscribe to my channel and let me know your chess.com username, and we'll get a game. While we're waiting, I think I had a queue open from last night. You're actually number 1 in the queue. Just let me know your chess.com username. Yeah, Carl is not here. He was from yesterday. We're gonna go, I think this is the way to go. Hold on a sec. I don't know if that's the way to go because my knight's hanging. So I need to be a bit more creative. What to do? Maybe this check is nice. The king has to come down. And then I have this, which is going to be a mate. After the knight moves here or here, I'll scoop up the knight. So boom, boom, and we pick up that knight. There we go. This is a simple checkmate. Okay, I think I go here, and then there's nothing stopping me moving the rook all the way up for a mate. There we go. All right. What about this check? The bishop can block, but then I can go down, and that looks very, very good for me. Cool, I just got your username. Let's go ahead and play. I didn't know you're allowed to have an exclamation mark in your username. That's pretty interesting. I guess there's no exclamation mark there, but I'm assuming this is you. What's up, T Hill? Thank you for joining. You're next. So good timing. Elite King, challenge sent to a 3-minute game. T Hill, in the meantime, if you want to drop your chess.com username in the chat and subscribe to my channel, that'll be great. Okay, we have a Caro-Kann on the board. e4, c6, he's bringing out the knights. I wonder if he's going for the 2 knights or the exchange variation. Thank you for sharing that, T Hill. Exchange variation with probably that. And then we bring out our knight. All good stuff. These are all basic openings everyone should know, or at least be familiar with. Caro-Kann exchange variation. And he's going for a line where he's fianchettoing that bishop. But really, that bishop's looking at a dead wall. Unless he can get this pawn to move at some point via like a c4 pawn break, this bishop is pretty weak. It's like staring at nothing, like a brick wall. I'm going to develop my bishop here, and it creates a nice pin for me. I'd like to play pawn to e6, and then this bishop is outside of that pawn chain. So, all right, the bishop is attacked. I'm going to simply push it back, keep the tension. Let's put our bishop over here on a nice, juicy square, lots of mobility. I like how it's kind of pointing towards the king. There are lines where I like tuck it down, put the queen here. If this knight were to move away, that would be mate. So it's always stuff to keep in the back of your mind. I'm going to castle here. What's up, chess not for anyone? Good to see you again. How is everything with you? All right, told you, c4 is here to dislodge this pawn, because if this pawn moves in any way, then this bishop would become a lot stronger. A lot stronger. So what I'll do is ignore it. I'm going to start by playing rook c8. Rook c8, because if pawn takes, I'm going to take back with my pawn, and then we have rook e8, and just dominating this open file here. Okay, queen moved here. I could attack it, but that's kind of interesting, actually, because if he blocks it, I have a fork. I'm gonna do that. The bishop wasn't doing a whole lot over here, but now it kind of is over here. You're good. You're just here for one match and you're out. That's totally fine. Short and sweet. In for one game. That's totally fine. Wu Yang, welcome to my channel. He made a big blunder, guys. A big blunder. Normally, if people see like a bishop in front of the bishop, they'll just exchange it without any further thought. But this is a fork. I'm attacking the queen. I'm attacking the bishop. It's also protected by that bishop. So I'm going to win a piece here. Wu Yang, you absolutely can play. All you need to do is subscribe to my channel. Do exclamation mark join, like what Chess Not For Anyone did. And then you'll be in my queue. And let me know your chess.com username so that when it's your turn, we can play. There you go. There you go. All right, that's a free bishop. How do I want to take it? Do I want to take it with my bishop, or do I want to take it with my knight? Taking with the knight is interesting because it also attacks this bishop, and the bishop will have to move again. But after the bishop moves to c3, my knight is very awkwardly placed. So I don't want to allow that to happen. Actually, if I go here and bishop here, I could potentially move my knight to f4 in some lines. Maybe I could do it right away, but it's a little bit too awkward for my liking. So I'm going to go here and hit the rook. The rook's going to move, and then I have a fork. That's even better. I'm going to give a fork with my knight after this rook moves. And then I'll be attacking this rook. I'll be attacking that rook. Yep, that's the way we do things. What is going on here? I think I'm going to take it. After pawn takes, I'm not going to be in a rush to take here because the pawn will be on my knight. So instead, I will back up my knight temporarily because there's still this fork that's going to happen. If the rook moves, boom, I'm going to go here, and then there's a fork. So I'd rather trade material while I'm at it, get more trades off the board, and then do the fork. And I'm up a full piece, so like I'm totally winning anyway. I do want trades. All right, let's go here. I'm hitting both rooks. I'm going to take the other one. This moves, I'll take this guy, and if this guy moves, I'll take that guy. Okay, I'm actually not going to take any rook right now. I think I'm going to take the full bishop. I think that is a little bit stronger than going up the exchange. Think about it. Oh, I have 18 seconds. Oi, I gotta play a little faster. I can't be as instructive. I have a game to win in 18 seconds. I can do this. I got this. I'm not worried. Not worried at all. I blundered my knight. Bummer. Yep. 15 seconds. We can do this. Let's go here. I'm going to get as close to the enemy king as I can. Let's go this way. He's got no time left. This is a big threat. Is he going to see it? Yep, but let's go here. I think we're on to something, guys. We're going to flag my opponent. I was concerned it would be the other way around. Let's go here. And take that and then mate next over here. Time pressure. You have to recognize when you're in time pressure. If I continued at the pace, I would just flag. What's up, Hockey? Good to see you, man. All right. Who do we have next? Next up we got, drum roll please. We got King 2085 God. I'm pretty sure you put your username. Wait, I just played you. Never mind. Next up is, that was a good game. That was a really good game. I thought I was going to get flagged. Before I knew it, I only had like 18 seconds left to blitz out the rest of it. All right, T Hill, you're up. Thank you for sharing your username. I'm going to send you a challenge, and we'll get a game. And thank you for the friend request. Let's play. 3 minutes. All right, here we go. Pawn to e4. Bring out the knights. For those of you who know me, know that I don't play the Italian. I don't play the Rui Lopez. I like bringing out the 4 knights and go into the Scotch 4 knights. Okay, let's grab that. We go here. A common mistake people do is castle in this position, and then they lose a piece, because the knight would be on the queen and the bishop would be on the bishop. But this is a correct move. Let's go here, develop and castle. Castle. Let's also castle. I like my position. I have all of my minor pieces out in the open. Now I could take here and hurt his pawn structure, but I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. I think what I'll do is move the rook over here. Get the rook centralized. Maybe play the queen to d2. It's kind of a slow game right now. I do want to add some protection to this pawn by playing f3. Normally, I don't like moving this f-pawn because it opens up this diagonal, but I think I'm in a good spot now with all of my pieces being developed. There's no way for black to attack this diagonal right now. Okay, attacks the bishop. I can move it. Let's move it over. Let's move it here. I want to keep the bishops on the board. I'm not ready to give up the bishop pair at this time. Okay, he gives up his bishop pair, which I'm happy to accept. Okay, pawn to c5. It does create a backwards pawn on d6. I think I'm going to go back one square. If he pushes, I'll just move this. And he's creating a whole bunch of weaknesses for himself. This pawn will always be a target. I'm going to play this move here, bishop g5, pinning the knight to the queen, and black no longer has a dark squared bishop to block this pin. So it's always going to be a little extra awkward for black to meet this. I can play knight d5 in some lines. He may push the pawn, but that's going to wreck his kingside structure. That's a very good move, stopping this from happening. I had a brilliant move against you, really? What was that brilliant move? Maybe I'll check it out. I don't feel like I had a brilliant move. It felt like a normal game to me. Let's go tuck the bishop. Actually, I'll let him have it if he wants it. Let's go here. If he wants to take this weak bishop, I'll let him take it. Bishop h5. Was that just tucking the bishop? I sacrificed my knight? I don't remember this. I'll have to look back and check. Okay, he's giving up the weak bishop. Bro's so good, he makes a brilliant move without noticing. Yeah, it just felt like a normal move to me. It didn't feel like anything crazy. But I am curious now to check now that you brought it up. Let's develop the rook. And maybe go for this d4 break. Yeah, d4 seems strong. Let's do it. All of my pieces are super harmonious right now. I gave up my bad bishop. I'm very happy right now. Now, do I want to take and correct black's pawn structure? Probably not. Probably not. I'm curious if this works. Just getting a little bit closer to the king. Opponent assess he's too good for 1080. No, because if he was cheating, I'd get destroyed by now. This is kind of an even game. Do you think I played good defense in my game? Yeah, you just got some serious time pressure in the end. But that's normal. Which time format do you mostly play on? On my streams, I mostly do 3-minute, but in real life, when I'm not streaming, I mostly do bullet games, so 1-0. I play the most bullet on my phone. I think this is a blunder. Maybe not. It gets tricky after bishop takes, but I kind of want to go for this. See what he does. I got the knight, I got the rook, I got the queen, and the bishop attacking that. And he doesn't really defend correctly. I'm going to grab it with my rook. Time pressure is getting the best of it. Ooh! I should have took with the knight. I didn't realize that it was hanging. Okay, whatever. Let's just, oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Guys, I'm blundering. What the heck? Maybe I can flag him? Unlikely, but maybe. Oi, oi, oi. 6, 5. Can I flag this guy without getting checkmated? Let's go here. Back. 3. Can I flag him? Can I flag him? Here. Come on. Flag. Yes! We get the flag. Oh my god, I was getting wrecked. I was getting destroyed. My opponent played really, really nicely. But I was able to flag him. It was a dirty flag. Shalom. Yeah, I actually do remember you. That's so funny that you're here. It has been a while. Shalom, you were here like 2 years ago or something when I was streaming on Twitch or whatever. Yeah, good game. You almost got me, but you were a little bit too short on time. Now I do want to see that other game to see what kind of brilliant move Elite King was referring to here. I do have one brilliant move, do I? Oh yeah, this move, just setting up stuff over here. If the rook takes, then I would play this move here, and that would lead to a checkmate. But yeah, that was it seemed normal to me. It didn't seem like so crazy to get my bishop into the attack because your light squares are incredibly weak, and if your rook were to ever like move away from this rank, my bishop would come here and this would be a checkmate. You had all your Twitch goals and then you went away from keyboard and started some YouTube shorts. Yeah, those YouTube shorts are really kicking off right now. Really, really kicking off. What else did I miss out on? No, not cheating, but alt account maybe? Yeah, who knows? Thought Grandmaster said bullet is bad for your chess improvement. I never said that it wasn't. Bullet chess is horrible for your chess improvement. If you're trying to improve, then don't do that. But if you're looking for like some entertainment while you're using the bathroom, then yes, bullet is an excellent resource for that. It's also good if you're exploring a new opening so you can quickly get games in and encounter a lot of positions so you can get a vibe for the opening. So that's one thing I would say is good with bullet. So how's playing now? All the mate types. Yeah, every checkmate from A to Z. Now I just do like quick tactics, like find the checkmate in 3 moves or whatever. And that's been going really well for me. And there's like never ending content that I can pull from that. There's always like a daily puzzle, always tactics that I can pull from, stuff from my games. It's good stuff. Yeah, all good. Okay, who's playing now? Let's see. That's a good question, Wu Yang. It is. Yeah, I think I saw a mate in 2. I messed it up. That's all right. It's chess not for anyone. Chess not for anyone. Are you here? If so, please remind me what your username is. Because I forgot. I play a lot of viewers, so it's easy for me to forget the usernames. It would be nice if I could like add a custom tag to every person with what their username is, so they don't have to keep putting it. Wait, how long are we waiting? Don't make everybody wait. What's up, Eamon Belmadi? Yeah, Shalom, I still play the Scotch 4 Nights. That hasn't gone away. Can I do math puzzle? Do you have a math puzzle to share with me? I'd be down to give it a crack. Okay, thanks for sharing your actual account. Is the fish tank still there? I don't have a fish tank anymore. I gave it to my dad. My dad really enjoys it. He got a bigger one. All right, let's look you up. Chestnut for anyone. Cool. All right, let's get a game. What's up, Helen? How are you doing today? Good to see you. Thanks for joining my stream. All right. Challenge sent. Here we go. We have a game. Let's play. We have this English opening. I like to try to transpose to a Queen's Gambit declined with this move e6 and then d5. and it can happen later on. But we don't have that. We have, well, it sort of reminds me of a Carlsbad structure with the exchange. Let's go here. Yeah, it actually did transpose to a Queen's Gambit declined. That's why I like going e6, d5 to get that transposition. Yours was already big. Yeah, the thing is with Twitch, though, it's only about live streaming, which is nice for the interactivity, but it misses out on a lot of people that aren't there at exactly the same time. So with YouTube Shorts, I can put out quick videos that people can watch anytime. So that is another quick way to grow. Okay, Eamon has the question. He gave us the riddle. In a village, there's 4 men. Every man has 4 wives. Every wife has 4 kids. How many are there total? How many are there of what? Please specify your question. You know you could stream on Twitch and YouTube combined? Yeah, I know. I could. Let's go here and hone in on this pin. Maybe go here, maybe go here. I like the pin right now. I'm like not even paying attention to this game. What is going on here? Wow. Okay, the rook is joining the attack. Let's go here. How many people? I mean, how many people are there in the village? Okay, I'm going to say that there are 4 people in the village. Because you didn't tell me if the wife and kids are part of the village. Maybe only the men are part of the village and they have wives out of town. You didn't specify otherwise. Let's throw in a check. Why not? And we'll go here. Just cut off a little bit of that attack going on, so no immediate discoveries. I want to reroute my knight to d5. All of them are villagers. Oh, so it's an actual math thing where I have to do math? 24, Scrappy. What Scrappy said, 24. All right, let's take it. I think it's a free pawn, so let's just grab it. That's a free pawn. I like free pawns. I don't know why he did that. That's just a free pawn. Let's go here. Bring on the heat. Attack the queen. See where he wants to go. It's higher. How's it higher? Okay, what is going on here? This would come with the check, so I don't actually have this going on. But what I could do... Oh, I'm in trouble. This is not easy. This is a trade, isn't it? Here, here, here. Maybe I'll do that. Let's just trade. There, there, there. Okay. Let's double up. I have the bishop pair. It's kind of nice. I do want to go here and pin him this way. Rook takes, rook takes. I'm fine. I'm chilling over here. I have the bishop pair. I'm kind of happy about that. Don't come up with some BS now. Yeah, we all want to know. We all want to know. I think this knight is hanging. The bishop can't really defend it anywhere because the rook is here to defend it. I think the knight's a goner. 2 big guys playing dang? Yeah, but I'm wrecking him. I am wrecking him. What opening is the best? Caracan, King's Indian defense, or the Sicilian defense? There's no single one best opening. You can play any opening and be fine. So I disagree that there's a best opening. We're going to trade. And this pin doesn't work because I have a discovered check and I would pick up that. All right, so let's enjoy being up the piece. Let's just go, I don't know, here, target the pawn. Let's go here. Bring in the king, activate the king a little bit. Let's go this way. Take Yeah, we're winning this one, guys. Free pawn. This game should win itself. Let's push. Passed pawns aren't meant to be pushed. Let's move the king up. Push. Push, push, push. Let's go. That's a rook. We take. And now we push, 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 get a queen. All right, guys. We took down in 1825. And it was pretty straightforward. It was a challenging game, but I kept my cool. And I took advantage of his blunder. It was kind of equal most of the game. Up until this was where black went wrong. It says I should have took it, but yeah, this exchange actually worked out in my favor because I have the bishop pair and such like an overwhelming advantage because of that. And now the knights are just a goner. And then it's just trading pieces and we get the dub. What did I miss here in the chat? 24 villagers. Nope, it's higher. Don't come up with some BS now. Which opening is best? Okay, 32. It's not 32. It's more than 80. How is it more than 80, in your opinion? What? 36? Which one would you play most often? For me, as black, I would play the Caro-Kann all the time. I am starting to learn now the Sicilian defense. Yeah, we want to know the answer, Eamon. Please tell us. Please entertain us with your answer. I have no idea. Zenith says, nah, I don't get much sleep to think. Chess not for anyone says, good game. My blitz fell off. I was like 2,200 2 months ago, but good game. Yeah, that was a good game. I was kind of playing this on autopilot because half of the time I was reading the chat. Yeah, it's 84. Can I explain how? Yes, please tell us. How is this 84? Tell us. We are all curious. All right. Who is next in my list while we wait for Eamon's answer? Next up is Wu Yang. Wu Yang, what is your chess.com username? And I'll send you a challenge. Good to see you. What's your username? We are friends? Okay, I'm friends with so many people. I have 232 friends on chess.com. There's no way in hell I'm going to remember your username. Just tell me what it is. Thanks. Okay. What? Okay, I'll go to here. I'll look you up this way. Try this. It's not popping up. Are you sure you typed it right? I looked in friends. Maybe I'll try it. Oh, Wu, yeah, that's different from what you've typed. Wu Ya Wu Yang. Okay, I found you. All right, I found you. No worries. We are good. Let's play. Here we go. We're gonna play a Caro-Kann. My classic all-time favorite. Okay, normal. And we have the classical variation. Now, the main line in the classical variation is to play bishop f5 and hit the knight. The knight comes here, we back it up and do this little dance with a4, h6, a5, bishop here. But I like to challenge the knight right away. If the knight takes, I would actually double up my pawn, but it would open up my bishop and queen. This move here, I've seen this come up from time to time to like try to sacrifice itself for some kingside attack. I did some engine analysis evaluation and found that pawn to c5 is the best move against it because it'll help bring out my knight and stuff. And the sacrifice is always going to be unsound. After I take with the king, I'm in pretty good shape. So let's go over here, develop the knight. And what is he trying to do? Maybe at some point I'll kick away the knight here. And this knight move is good because it stops this knight from coming in. And then having both knights on this pawn is kind of really annoying. So I don't want that to happen. My opponent is taking his sweet time. Hey man, we're still waiting on your answer, so I mean, if you're typing a lot, we understand. Maybe it's a really long mental gymnastics solution that would require a lot of abstract thinking to get to. So we understand if you're typing a lot. Bishop is pinning. All right. I think it's time, guys. I think it's time for me to kick out the knight. I am 1 sub away from 500 subs. Okay, we are going to accept the sacrifice. I knew this was coming. But I don't think it works. We're just going to quickly vacuum up all of the pieces and enjoy our extra piece. We are up a piece. White does not have enough material to give a checkmate. So let's go here with the little fork threat and maybe reroute this way. But yeah, that's an extra piece we're up. Man, even he is searching for the answer. Yeah. Let's go here and defend that pawn. If this knight were to ever move, this knight no longer has to babysit that pawn. And it does give my king a little bit extra breathing room. My knight is almost trapped, but it's extremely difficult for white to give my knight the fatal blow. That said, this is tricky. Let's hit the bishop. Where is this bishop going? Oh, this bishop could have gone here. That would have been devastating. I would have just lost the bishop. Lost the knight, rather. Wow, my knight is almost trapped. How do I deal with this threat? Oh my god. Do I just not? Do I just give up that knight? This knight is very, very awkward. Where can I put it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. I messed up. All right, let's come here. Let's come here. Where is he going? Where is he going? I love Woody Allen. That's why I played Alien Gambit. I'm not familiar with the Alien Gambit. Yep, now he goes here. Very smart move. Very, very smart move. He should have gone there before. I think at this point I am gonna... Ooh, guys. Do I have this? Save the day? Because that bishop is pinned. Alright, guys. We just got a novel from... Uh-oh. Maybe I'm not saved? King goes there. I think at this point I may have to just take and play fast. I have 18 seconds left. I'm just going to flag. Oi. This is not good. Maybe I can flag my opponent if I play super fast. Uh-oh. This is pin. And I'm going to lose if he plays it. This is a big problem for me. I think I may be able to flag my opponent. He's playing really slow. And if I can play fast, okay. Let's just go here. Here. And tuck away. You just need to play fast and we'll get the dub. That's all there is to it. I hope you'll understand, because I write a lot, then the comment can't be published. Could have trapped. Uh-oh. Let's go here. 4 seconds. 5 seconds to 38. We can do this. We can do this, guys. I am not too concerned. Where do I want to go? Let's take the pawn back. We need to start pre-moving. I think that's necessary at this stage. Okay. One second, guys. I have 1.7 seconds. Pre-move everything. Pre-move everything. And we get the dub. Oh my god. Guys, we had from Move 23. I had 5 seconds, and I played like 15 moves. Oh my god. I pre-moved basically everything and flagged my opponent. That's why I'm good at bullet. I'm good at stalling for time. All right, let's see Eamon's answer. He says, 4 men is to 4 wives, 4 kids. Every wife has 4 kids, and now we have 4 wives. So 4 times 4 is 16. We have the number of wives 4, so it's 20. Then there is a man every family, so 20 and 1 is 21. 4 men equals 4 family. 4 times 21. That makes 0 sense. I'm sorry. That is. I should plug this into like ChatGPT and see if it could break it down further. If that bishop on b3 wasn't there, you could have sacked your rook for the bishop and for the king and the rook. And if your mom had 2 wheels, she would be a bicycle. You know what I don't get? A thing could think I 2 arts. I don't know what that is. Wu Yang says, you got me. That was fun. Thanks. Yeah, that was a fun game. What a time scramble at the end. All right. Next. Who is next? Next up, we got Zenith. Zenith, your video is kicking off. It has over 2,000 views, our game. Mr. Zenith. Let's get a game. This is going to be our 14th game. All right, Shalom joining the queue. Challenge sent to you, Zenith. All right, here we go. Good luck. Maybe we'll get another brilliant move today. Let's go for a Sicilian. Trying to mix things up a little bit here. ChatGPT is not good in maths. It can explain a riddle pretty well. We have a Rossalimo on the board. We're going to fianchetto this bishop. Take care, Wu Yang. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. This is an interesting idea to go here with this pawn. I guess I'd take it. To take with the knight or to take with the pawn? That's a good question. I'm going to take it with the knight. Because why not? Let's take here. The queen will take and be on my rook. So I'm going to go here with my knight so that the queen doesn't eat my rook. Let's go here. Potential discoveries with like this move. If I have to. Okay, let's bail. Like, actually, yeah, I guess we go here. I think that makes sense. No, then my knight gets trapped with this move. I think we go back. That's funny, but I think we go back here, or maybe this and just target the pawn that way. But after here, there's this, and then my knight's really awkward, but maybe that's fine. Maybe I can live with that. Let's try. Oh my god, guys, I just blundered the knight. What is going on? He doesn't see it. He doesn't see that he could have took the knight. For some reason, I thought this bishop was protecting it, but there was a pawn in the way. Let's take a pawn. That would have been devastating if my opponent saw that. And now I am threatening this move, which is a fork on the king and queen. If the pawn were to take that knight, then the queen will fall. And guys, I have it. Fork. It's the royal fork. Pawn takes, but the queen falls. That is devastation. You'll ask and tell us the answer? Yes, please do. Alright, I think it's time for me to start simplifying things by taking the rook after bishop takes, king takes, and then I'm up a full rook. I think this is kind of obvious, because otherwise, if I were to move, maybe he has some discoveries like here, and then he's on my queen. I don't want that stuff. I'm just going to allow this exchange and enjoy my extra rook. Simple, easy. We'll have a good game. We'll move the bishop. Our king is nice and safe. Let's go here with the rook and maybe castle by hand. I think that's a good approach. King safety, very important. Maybe I don't really need to tuck my king here. Maybe my king could get active. All right, I think we are going to win a bishop or win something. Here, targets the bishop. The bishop goes back. Then I have pawn to b5. That'll be a fork on the bishop and knight. There's really not much white can do about that. Boom. There is this move, actually, but I can come here, and now there's a double attack. Okay, we take, and now we are completely winning. This should be over very, very shortly. Let's go here. Corey, you made a new account a few days ago. Why'd you make a new account? What's wrong with the account you have? That's a fork. But I don't know if white would be willing to give up one of his last pieces. There is also this, but I mean, I'm up so many pieces. Even if I lose some, it's fine. All right, let's go here. The same answer, but how he proved it is good. Then you paste in what he said. I want to know. Let's go here. This knight's on a really awkward square. Not too many places it can go to. Let's chop off that pawn. Develop the bishop, bring in the other rook, and come here for the kill. And I think that's really all there is to it. We'll go here. We'll slide in the rook. Okay, that's a free rook. Free pawn. Free knight. I like free pieces. Let's go here. Cut off the king's mobility. Stop the king from coming here. Let's go here and down. I think that makes sense. What's up, Jason Meeks? Good to see you. You were logged out of the other account and couldn't recover it. Did you try contacting chess.com support? They usually have good support. All right, next up we got Mr. Shalom. What is your username in chess.com? We'll get a game. Oh, the Gmail was random? That sucks. That's a bummer. All right, I'm assuming this challenge is coming from you. Wow, you've improved your rating. You're 2244? Damn. I'm going to get smoked. We have Rosalimo. You've been keeping up with your chess. You were not at 2200 2 years ago. You're certainly improving your skills. I'm really happy to see that. We have a Moscow variation of the Sicilian. It's inflated. I don't know. Getting a rating of 2244 is very impressive. We take, I think that's a blunder because I have a rook over here. So takes, I could take with the knight, and the knight can't take because the queen would drop. Okay, let's go here. Protected, and now I'm just up a pawn. All right, that to me, oh, it's a check. Well, let's block. The queen's defending this, so we're on the queen, so we're good. It's a little tricky from Mr. Shalom here. Can I take down a 2200? Is this a rated game? No, it's an unrated game. Thank goodness. Ooh, spicy move. Let's go here. And, how do I want to do this? I guess it makes sense to come here and give up the exchange. Now I'm up. Now I have a piece for the rook. Piece and a pawn for the rook, to be precise. Let's go here. Raja Sigma. What's up? What's up? I'm just getting my butt kicked by a 2200. Not much more to that. Let's activate the king. What to do now? I guess we activate the king a little bit more. Offer some trades. Oh man, I'm gonna have to read this step by step. 4 men. Each man has 4 wives. 4 men times 4 wives, 16 wives. Each wife has 4 kids. 16 wives, 4 kids, 64 kids. Now add them all up. Men, 4 wives, 16 kids. Total 4. I don't know. Too much math. I don't like all this math. Math was never my favorite subject. Well, it is when I understood the material. When I didn't get it, it sucked. When I got it and I was able to get the questions right, it felt good. He's ganging up on me. I'm losing. This is a horrible position for me. Let's get out of the pin at least. Okay, he wants to go back. Let's come here. Uh-oh, I blundered. This pin is really annoying. He just gave me a draw. I will accept the draw. Alright, good draw. Yeah, that's a confusing riddle. Draw by agreement, but I was completely losing, so I don't know why he didn't play on. We always used to draw. Still, but you should have beat me. Fair and square. Alright, who's that? Where did I go wrong in this game? I think I was better, and then I just was not better. This was good. This was a blunder because it allowed that. That was a nice move. I didn't see this. Instead, it's just saying to move the king to the corner, and I'm fine. And then I would have been good. You're 200 rating, so you'll win anyway. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe not. All right, Jason Meeks. Jason Meeks, you're up. Here we go. Good luck. Bring out the knights. Yeah, 2200 is nothing to sneeze at. That's a pretty good rating. Scotch 4 knights. Bring it out. We take main line. Are you coming here? Nope. We have this interesting idea. Let's bring out the bishop. We'll castle. Tuck it a little bit. Bring out the other bishop. Even if you lose, it will be instructional. That's a great mindset to have. What's up, RX? Kitty? How are you doing? All right, here, what to do? I guess we move the queen away. Let's move it over here. I'm doing good, thanks. We block this attack with our bishop. This pawn is a little bit loose, only protected by the bishop right now. So we'll see how black responds. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I take, because I think we win the pawn at the end of the line. So let's go here. We take and we take like that. And now we're going to be up the pawn. And now this rook is looking at this pawn. This rook is looking at the knight. I mean, this is excellent for us. Corey, do you know the Schmidt defense against Scotch? I do not. What is that? We go here. And we will go back. Just simply scoop up that pawn and go right back to where we were. We'll defend. Zenith, unfortunately, I'm going to have to close my queue. I don't know if you can make it in time. We'll have to see. I hope so. I hope we can squeeze in our game. But we did just have one recently, so I wouldn't feel too bad if we don't. All right, let's go here and threaten the fork. And maybe like, oh, fork. Pick up one of these guys. This one would come with a check. And he can't even take back the knight because of the pin. Hope you could memorize this. e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight c3, knight f6, d4 takes, knight takes, knight takes e5. So I sort of follow along, but I'll have to look at it after. Not knight takes e5. Not, yeah, that's maybe where I was confused. Takes, knight takes e5. Oh, knight takes e4. It's interesting. The knight blunder, I thought you were doing something by sacrificing the knight, so I didn't take it. Nope, I just blundered. Just a dumb blunder. Let's go here and take the rook. We haven't... Yeah, let's just take the rook. And then take the pawn. And then take this pawn. It is pretty much over at this point. Let's go here. Send the rook to the corner. All the way. Go here. Here. And mate next. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. If we've played a game, really appreciate it. Hope you all subscribe to my channel. I'm so close to 500. Really appreciate your support. Yep, take care, everyone. Zenith, get some winks. Get some good rest. Take care for now, everyone. Bye.